So how did I end up here cooking at Sinking Creek Ranch? Well, that goes all the way back to when I was just a little kid and I'm helping mom in the kitchen. So my mom has a degree in culinary arts. My dad's been in the kitchen since 1980. So I really had no choice but to learn how to cook if I wanted to live in that house and stay there. So it all started, I would be cooking meals with mom, or we'd be making cookies or something like that. And it just really intrigued me. And I was always thought every good moment in our lives is somehow revolved around cooking, around food, a nice meal. You think of Christmas, you think of Thanksgiving, you think of core memories. I bet you food is involved somehow. And it's no different than when we're in camp. So, you know, whenever I started learning how to cook, my family bought a restaurant when I was 15, and I started working with my dad, and we started just going at it. I was learning everything from washing dishes to making salads to I was grilling steak, and I was making all sorts of things I never even heard of before, you know? I was making crab stuffed mahi. I'm from East Tennessee. I shouldn't know how to make that, but I do because of the family that I grew up with. So, you know, I took all those skills, and then whenever I met Ben, I said, well, look, dude, we really don't have to eat a lot out because I know how to cook. And he was like, okay, you know, that sounds cool. So we go to the grocery store, and I made him something, I couldn't even tell you what. But I'll tell you this, ever since then, we've always eaten good. So whenever this ranch came about, every time someone comes in, he's like, dude, I really need you, man. I need you to make this food. So I come in and I cook stuff. I cook all sorts of things, you know. Just here, I made some backstrap, and I made a red wine gravy to go with it, and mashed potatoes. And, you know, to me, it's just another day in the office, but it really makes the hunter's day, and it makes everybody's day whenever you can have a very fulfilling day outside, and you're in nature, you're in God's creation, you're with your brothers in camp, and then you get to come back to the lodge and you eat really, really well. It just really puts a bow on a great day. So that's how I learned how to cook, was through my parents, being in the restaurant industry, and now I take those skills to Sinking Creek Ranch. So we're gonna be making venison Cajun mac and cheese. This is gonna be the most complicated thing ever. You ready? You get a pot and you fill it with water, and you boil it, and you put pasta in. Okay, it's not that complicated, but you get the point. I'm gonna put water in this, boil it, we'll put in the pasta. Let's go. All right, so while you got your water going, you're gonna wanna get your ground deer and just start putting that in a skillet, season it up however you like, and start browning it off. All right, so look, whenever you got your water going and your meat's starting to brown up, you're gonna wanna start to make your sauce, okay? That way, by the time everything gets done, it's still hot and it's ready to roll. So this is how you're gonna make this Cajun mac and cheese sauce. So first things first, good old heavy cream. I got a little bit left over from last night's dinner. Now I'm gonna put a full quart in here. And listen, you may be like, man, that's so many calories and that's so much cream. Well, you know, I like food that tastes good, so I do calories. Sorry about your life. And then put in some minced garlic. Really gonna bring out the flavor right there. Perfect, just like that. Now this stuff is the ticket. You're gonna put some chicken base in there. This is like flavor all. It's just really, really strong, and it's gonna just make your sauce just pop out right there. It's gonna be delicious. And then the whole thing that makes it Cajun. Put in your favorite Cajun seasoning. Ours is Slap Your Mama. We're gonna just toss that puppy right in there. And you just put however much that you want. How hot do you want it to be? How much Cajun flavor do you want? You know? Is your afternoon full? Because it will be after this. Whenever you're using a cream-based sauce or soup or anything like that, I use cornstarch and water to thicken it, but you have to really, really watch it because cream, when it boils, it rises and it'll boil right over your pot. So you really have to keep a close eye on it. So that's what I'm doing here. You can kind of see it's kind of starting to bubble. So it happens quick. You got to be right there on it. And I'd say in about a minute, this sauce will be where it needs to be. I'm not going to thicken it all the way because I am making mac and cheese. So some cheese is going to go in here and that'll help thicken it, but definitely cornstarch and water first. So we'll let this get going. It's almost there. And it ain't gonna take long. All right, so now our water is finally boiling. You guys can put in whatever noodles you want. I'm going with penne on this one. Now that the pasta's done, I let it boil for about 8 minutes or so. So I really like it to get al dente. That's how I like my pasta. Then you're just gonna take it and strain it. All right, so after you strained your pasta, this pot that it was just in is obviously still really, really hot. So there's a couple things that you could do. You could get a whole new pot, then create a whole new dish. Or you could put some olive oil in the bottom of this. That way it keeps your pasta from totally burning whenever you put it back in there. Or you can do what I'm gonna do. So the sauce that you made earlier, you have that over here. Just get you a scoop of that and go right into this pot. Kind of spread it around. It's gonna create a layer for your pasta. That way it doesn't get burnt on that hot pot. So there you have it, folks. That's how easy it is to make a 5-star meal. Venison Cajun mac and cheese.